Hey everybody, Drew here, and welcome back to the Zippkits 46-inch VBOX number 2 Rougarou build. So today we're going to be installing the side panels, and so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be mixing up some of this 2-part 30-minute epoxy, and we're going to be applying it to the side chines and to the bulkheads all the way back. All right, we're going to make sure that we have a not a little bit, not a lot, but a medium amount of epoxy on there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the side panel and we're going to clamp it on, starting from the back. We're going to work all the way to the front. And then once we have everything lined up, I'm just going to let it sit there and dry. So I've got some work to do off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back, and as you guys can see, clamps, 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 and a whole lot more clamps. So we've got the first panel clamped onto the side of the boat, and in doing so, you want to make sure that there's no gaps in any of the joints. So we start from the back end of the boat, and the reason why we do that is because it's actually easier to line this up back here than it is up at the bow. And once you guys go to building this kit, you'll understand why, or if any of you have already built kits before, y'all already know. So want to make sure that there's no gaps in the wood. And so when you get to the front of it, have a really good grade of painter's tape handy, because you're going to want to put a nice little bit on there and pull the tension around back to the other side, so that there's, again, no gaps in any of the work. You want to have that as tight as possible in there. And if you have any left over in the cup, don't waste it. Just go back in like I did here and feed a little bit into the ribs and all the seams around the bulkhead and the chines, because it's just a step that you can save yourself to have to do later, and it also makes for a better application to put a little extra into it, you know. So don't cake it in there, because you're going to be coming back later on and sealing the boat up with a different type of epoxy resin. It's a laminating resin. It's not this this adhesive type, okay? Because that's what this stuff is. It's an adhesive epoxy. There's a difference. And maybe I'll do a video down the road on the different types of epoxies out there, okay? Because there's epoxy paints, epoxy resins for doing fiberglass and carbon fiber Kevlar and carbon fiber work. So it's just a whole mess of types of things out there, and they've got polys and different mixes. So maybe I'll do a video on that down the road. But in this particular video, it's just going to be the epoxy adhesive. That's what we're focusing on to get the panel secured, and we're going to let that dry overnight for 24 hours. I know it says that it's a 30-minute cure, but even though it says it's a 30-minute cure, do yourselves a huge favor. Don't pull those clamps off. Leave them on for the full 24 hours. Here's why: because you want that to dry, and if it's not dry, it's going to pull away from the chines and the bulkheads. And if it does that, there's a very strong possibility that somewhere down the road, after the build's complete, this could be riding down the pond or the canal or a little lake or at the beach or whatever, and all of a sudden it's just going to pop right off of there, and you're going to see the other side repeat, and it's going to look like a peeled banana. It's not too attractive. So take your time, do it right, make sure there's no gaps in any of the wood, and if there are, do your very best to eliminate as much of it as possible. And again, just get in there and fill everything up with the spare that's left in the cup, and it just makes for a better build. So once this panel's dried, we'll go ahead and repeat the process on the other side. So this is still part 5 basically, and more to come. And welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody's having a very wonderful Sunday morning. So, I've got both side panels on this morning, and everything looks really good. There were a couple of minor gaps, but I filled that with some wood filler and already put a sanding on it. So she's going to be ready for the next phase of this build, which is going to be installing the whole panels. And there's a little bit of a technique to doing that. So stay tuned, hang out. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab some panels and I'm going to show you exactly what's going to take place for step number 6.